one should always have a definite objective. In a walk, as in life, it is so much more satisfying to reach a target by personal effort than to wander aimlessly. An objective is an ambition, and life without ambition is, well, aimless wandering.
The late Alfred Wainwright was a man full of effort and ambition. The much-loved fell walker created for us one of the great walking challenges. From west coast to east coast, the ambition is simple: to walk across the whole of England. The signature of Alfred Wainwright is a symbol well known to all who walk in these parts. The man known simply as A.W. is a legend of Cumbrian fell walking. But one of his last grand projects would take him far beyond the fells and would become his most enduring legacy.
I don't know whether you can see the cliffs behind, but this is a special cove. Not sure what the name is because I haven't got my map in me. Here we go, uphill.
It is along the top of the cliffs that this long journey to Robin Hood's Bay begins. There is no possibility of getting lost, but there is a risk of accident on the seaward side of the fence. Assurance of ultimately arriving at Robin Hood's Bay is much greater if the landward side is preferred.
A full 4 miles of coastal footpath is followed by the flatlands and old mining villages of West Cumbria. The small foothill of Dent is a flavour of bigger things to come and leads me into the most remote of all the Lake District valleys, Ennerdale.
This is the first tough day, I think. Ennerdale water. Up there to Blacksail Hut. And maybe if the weather's alright, up on the top of Red Pike. See if I can make it. Good luck. Halfway up Red Pike before Blacksail Hut. As you can see, not only is it raining, I'm absolutely sweating like a pig because it's hard work. Hopefully I'll make it in a bit.
The coast to coast hugs the edge of Ennerdale water, taking a direct route up the valley amongst some of the biggest peaks in the area.
Two hours it's taken me to get here, Red Pike. I don't know how far it is in distance, not very far, a couple of miles. But it's just like that. I just walked into the mist. I've got, I think, Haystack's place to go in a minute. See if I can pan around and see if I can see a view. It's quite nice. Hold on. That's Ennerdale. That's where I came from this morning, at the other end of there. Goes round there. There's a valley down here. Can't see without my map going, and there's the mist. And that's where I'm going, so thank God I've got a GPS. That down there is Buttermere, and I'm glad it's misty because it's a frightening drop over the edge. This is high style. That's Chapel Crag in there, that just dark thing. Gotta go. I don't know whether you can see behind me. It's just as well it's misty because that is a long way down. I'm just coming up to High Crag now. Just done High Styles, High Crag, and then hopefully downhill to Black Sail. But there's no one up here. It's brilliant. Finally, a bit of a view. I can't even see that on my map. I don't know what that is. Brothers Water, I guess. Superb, isn't it? It's just the top end of Buttermere. Great, I'm lost. What a superb view up here. Buttermere on one side, over the top, that way's to Haystacks, and then down on the other side in that valley is Ennerdale, right in the distance where the river goes. I travelled from there this morning. It's superb.
There's a steep climb passing around Wainwright's much-loved peak of Haystacks, across to Honister Pass, and it's very obvious slate mining. And that industry has done much to shape the villages of my destination for this first section, the lovely valley of Borrowdale.
That's Buttermere, that was from yesterday, you can just about see it. Came from the big mountain on the right, High Crag, and now I'm going up Haystacks. And it's hard work. It's a bit nervous here. You do not want to look over that edge. Striding edge ain't nothing compared to that edge there. It's almost at the top of Haystacks, and that's down there into the Kirkstone Pass. And I tell you what, it's high. Beautiful view, but knee knocking. This is Innovative Tarn, the place where Wainwright's ashes were sprinkled after his death. And the body of the person who carried those ashes up here in the first place just lies over there, because it takes some getting to with this thing on. Nice and peaceful though. Don't know whether you can see that. Absolutely miles down there. This is just over the top from Innovative Tarn. The valley just shears right down there and around there, and it's up over some slate quarries that way shortly. But it's absolutely stunning here, never seen anything like this. And my knees aren't shaking. I think I'm getting over my fear of heights. On board with the Colin cam here, use my arm, I can't find a suitable rock. That's Buttermere, and I'm not sure, because no one's told me yet. Billy No Mates doesn't know the lake beyond what it's called, but I think it might be Crummock Water, but I ain't got a clue. But as you can see, it's miles down there. The Kirkstone Pass down there. No, it's not even there. See, I'm lost. I might never get home. Well, better make a move on. I'm on Great Crags. As you can see, it's hard way to get here. That first one is Haystacks. Came over that this morning, past the innovative tarn, just round past where I videoed earlier, worked my way up here. Yesterday I was on the top of the one behind, that's called High Styles, and then behind there was two other peaks, Red Pike, and you know what, I'm suffering from a lack of oxygen. I can't think of the other one. Another Styles, Great Styles and High Styles, I think they were. I'm not halfway yet for today, but onward and upward. Just checked my GPS. Guess what? It's not Great Crag, it's Green Crag. Lucky I've got one of those things, otherwise I'd be up the creek without a paddle. Well, there's no water around here, so I wouldn't need a paddle. Probably can't hear me because of the fucking rain. I've just set up my tent and it was sunny. Just as I set it up, out of nowhere this came. So what I was up the time is it's 5:30, I've had nothing to eat, I haven't had a shower, I'm absolutely knackered and it's going up. So hopefully I won't get washed away. You can't miss coming into a church on your walk, can you? This is in, I can't even remember where, Rosthwaite, Stoneythwaite, around that area. I'm just setting off on my day up to over the top Elm Crag, the Lion and the Lamb, and down to Grasmere. The main thing is you can actually sail my tent, because when I first pitched it yesterday, it then hammered it down and it flooded, and I had to lift it all and take it to higher ground because it was that deep in water. But I didn't get too wet, so I'm off. Catch you later.
29 miles in, and walkers on this great route across northern England are well warmed up by now. The delights of Rosthwaite seem a world away from the beginning of my walk by the Irish Sea.
Surely there is no other place in this whole wonderful world quite like Lakeland.
The coast-to-coast walk very deliberately takes in 3 national parks as it heads from sea to sea. But no other section of the route is so devoted to exploring the beauty and nature of one of those parks as this one. Let's take a look at the route from the air on a clear day. An immediate ridge of high ground forces me almost due south out of Rosthwaite to find a high-level escape from Borrowdale over Greenup Edge. Into Easdale I'll descend almost as far as Grasmere before climbing again to pass between the giant peaks of Helvellyn and Fairfield. Grisdale brings me down to the village of Patterdale at the southern foot of Ullswater. From here, the final Lakeland chapter takes me to the very roof of the coast to coast, Kidsty Pike. But with the length of Haweswater and open farmland to come, my goodbye to Lakeland is something of an epic, with the town of Shap being a very welcome sight at the end.
It was wet. This is Tansy Gill. Going down here and then I'm going up Greenup Gill up to the top and over to Grasmere. See you. See me now. Let's get the water up there. I'm at the top, well, almost a little bit further to go, and then right over to Helms Crag and Fire. I know a shortcut. By the wind, and you do not want to be blown off there. All you have to do is dive onto the floor and grip your arse cheeks. I've got to go over the top just a few feet here, and as soon as it is very windy, and it's a long way down. Show you the view. This is Gibson's Knot itself. You can see this, the rocks there. That's a Gibson's Knot, and that in the distance is Grasmere, and that's the path down just on the edge there, and it just goes up over the top, but you don't want to fall off there. Quite a long way down. That's Eastdale Town over there, the easy route. The Wimps. Well, I made it, Helm Crag, and that's it. I thought it was a pub, Jenny. It's just 2 stones. But this is it, it's all downhill now into Grasmere, so that's one hell of a day there. That's weeks taken in. Great end to the night. That wasn't the Lion and the Lamb. This is the Lion and the Lamb. How can you go so far wrong? They all look the same, but I definitely recognise this. That was it, that must be the Dog and Duck or something like that. Needless to say, the book's closed. Can't get a pint until I get down there, 3,000 feet. Well, here we go, Grisdale Tarn, and that mountain behind takes you up to Helvellyn, and then over the top Striding Edge, just where a ledge, or there's another. Gonna have something to eat here, and then down towards on the top of High Crag now. Still holds water in the distance. Up there to the next pike, and then Helvellyn in a very far distance. So I better get going. I'm not going too far. 6 foot that way. Death. This Striding Edge. I'm on the top of Helvellyn, and Red Tarn's down below. I've got to go down a path in the distance. I'll go down Squirrel Edge, recently renamed Squirrel Edge. When Julie sees this video, I'm in deep shit. It's the newly renamed Squirrel Edge. Squirrel Edge, so far so good. Only crap myself twice. Mind you, I haven't come far, just up this bit here. Wasn't as frightening coming down as it was going up. It's easier because you can see a clear line through the rocks, and you had to use the rocks. When me and you went up, Jules, went up the side, and it was nowhere as good. We went up over there. I've just come down from over there, and I know it doesn't look like there's a path, but it's quite clearly, and you can grip on easy. So it wasn't as frightening as the first time. I must be getting used to heights up here all the time. Safely down onto the easy bit now, and the sun has just come out. The weather changes so quickly in this building. As you can see, it's nice and bright now. Home down there for the night. Patterdale, it's probably that white farm there, just on the left. And then over those mountains tomorrow But I'm looking forward to a pint after today. It's a good one, as I'm sure you'll see on the video. As you can see, I'm at base camp at no, I can't even remember where we are. Just down the road from Glen Riding. There's the steamboats from Glen Riding. And I'm just across the water. Patterdale, I'll remember it.
Well, it's not too late to abandon the coast-to-coast idea and stay in Patterdale. There is nothing ahead as good, admittedly. Anyway, please yourself. Stay if you want to. And let's be clear about this. You can't expect to get your money back for the book if you prefer not to continue. Coming with me? Good. I thought you would.
That's Plodders Water. And the road that goes up to the left is actually the Kirkstone Pass. The other day I thought I was looking at the Kirkstone Pass. I was looking at the Honeston Pass, because I've looked at my map since. So I'm on my way up to Kirdsey Pike and then down out of the lakes after today towards Shap, and then that's the lakes done. All the peaks I could do, I will have done. See you in a bit. This is Angle Tarn, and as you can see there's a Caribbean island right in the middle of it. Would you Adam and Eve it? On the top of Buck Crag. Got to go over that way. Down here, I think that's Satura Crag over that way, and I think that might be Kirdsey Pike, and then I'm sure it's down the valley to Haweswater. Knowing my luck, will be the next valley. But that there in the distance is the edge of the Lake District, and then you won't be able to see me, but in the very distance is the Pennines. So I better get a move on. I'm on something called the Knot, and I don't know whether you can see down the valley, the far end of Ullswater. Not been anywhere near there, right up miles away. And when I go up here, apparently you can see both ends of Ullswater, and it's the only place you can see both ends of Ullswater from, unless you're in a helicopter, which is nice. See that path? It's quite clear, isn't it? It's called the High Street, and as it turns out, there's no shops. And as it turns out, there was absolutely no need for me to walk to the top, because it's just added an extra 3 miles to my trip, because I'm now on a different path. I missed the left turn. What a plonker. I'm knackered. I've got to get to the top over there. Kirdsey Pike. And the water at the bottom is the top of Haweswater. It's the last big lake I'll pass on my coast to coast extreme trip. Let's go. I'm stood on the top of Kirdsey Pike now, and in the distance, I don't know if you can see, but that's the far end of Ullswater, the end that we don't go to, the opposite end of Glen Riding, etc. And a big valley down below. And I've got to make sure I get the right turn in this time, because if I go left I go miles out the way. So I best concentrate for a change. See you in a bit. Well, I won't be any higher than this for the rest of the trip. It's all downhill from here. This is the edge of Kirdsey Pike down into Haweswater over there. And then it's all downhill from here to Robin Hood's Bay. Should be a cinch. But what a spectacular view, eh? I think I'm losing my fear for heights. I stood right on the edge here and I'm not bothered. Look at the mountains over there, absolutely massive. That's the one I almost went up when I went the wrong way. I would have struggled over there because I'd have had to come down across that ridge, and I'm not sure there's a path, so I would have been silly. But now it's worked my way down over the edge, down to Ennerdale. God knows how many miles, 7 miles along Ennerdale or something like that, Ennerdale Haweswater, and then find Shap, and then something to eat, something to drink, and put my tent up. And then it's over there, you might be able to make out just below all those dark clouds is the Pennines. And I've got to head over there next across all those fields and that way, and 9 Standards Rig and places like that, and then up into the Pennines and across there. But it's quite emotional actually, finishing in the lakes, and it's been tough going. I think the emotion I'm feeling is relief. No, I'm quite sad actually. It's certainly whet my appetite to come back and do some more of these mountains. There's so many when you get up here. You can see them, they go on forever. It really has been superb. Never done anything like this, but it's been really worth it. Still got a good few hours to go before I get where I'm going, but it's just started to spit. I hope it's only light rain, because I've packed my bag differently and I can't cover it in the rain bag today. So hopefully it'll go off in a minute, but let's carry on. Shap Abbey, folks. 10 hours I've been walking, my feet are killing. I'm still half a mile away from Shap, and I'm going to have to go. I can't even go any further to the Abbey. I'm not bloody knackered. Well, this is what it's come down to, folks. After the hardest, longest day, 10.5 hours walking, I'm having a pot noodle for my tea, I'm having a bottle of beer, and I'm in the bloody shower, because it's the only place I can get warm. I can't even lift my arm. I can't lift my arm. My shoulders are so sure. That bag weighs too much. I will sleep tonight.
Stretched along one of the highest main roads in Britain, Shap is a name better known to motorists than walkers. But for followers of Alfred Wainwright, this is the start of a new coast-to-coast chapter.
Well, I'm now leaving Shap quite late, 10:50, but I'm only doing a short day today because my feet are killing. I've big blisters on my heels, blood blisters, and I'm running low on Compeed. That bit is behind me is Shap. Never seen much of it because 10.5 hours walking, pot noodle in the shower, 1 bottle of beer from the lodge, dead. Didn't get up till almost 9 o'clock. I've just passed Robin Hood's grave. Yeah, right, that's what it said on the map. And it was just a little hollow in the ground. There was no headstone or nothing, no men in green tights. They were all a black sail hut. The scenery's changed completely around here now. As you can see, it's actually just open countryside. And it's just cleared up a bit. It's been really misty like that over there. So it's completely different than the lakes, and just as well really, because that was hard work that last day. This is a little bit easier going. I'm doing a shorter day to rest my legs and my blisters, and then tomorrow I'll be off to Kirby Stephen. I'll see what's my campsite's like tonight, and I'll let you know. I think it's a couple of miles now to go. I think that's Orson, as far as I can gather. I'm just going a mile or so past there to some farm. I haven't got a clue, can't remember what the same is. Got it written down. You can't waste energy thinking on this type of thing. And you go through some bloody water. See in a bit. Orton Church. I'm coming to these places a lot more often because I like visiting churches, as you know. And also, I need divine intervention to get me through this trek. But I must be feeling good because after yesterday, I've still got energy to come and do a bit of tourism. Which is nice. This is the ensuite, as you can see. Everything you can think of. I've got my washing up, drying out, because it's been absolutely crap weather. And I'm hoping that the weather will pick up Tuesday, I've done a week's walking. This is the first day of the second week. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Keld plasters on my left foot and 2 on my right foot, which is nice. And I'm starting to take a fancy to sheep, because they're the only bloody thing moving and living out here. And if it wasn't for my GPS, I tell you, some of the routes I'd be absolutely knackered. I'm off to Kirby Stephen, where there will be nightlife, discos, boutiques, and maybe something that sounds more blisters. Fingers crossed. Fucking what a day. It's nothing but piss down. It's even leaking. I'm under a railway bridge of sorts. It's even leaking through the roof, it's that wet. I'm absolutely soaked. My boots, my coat. It's a hard going today. I don't know how much longer. I've been going since 8 o'clock on. It's 20 to 1. My feet are killing. My back's killing. I'm starving. I'm wet. Whose fucking idea was this? It's July. Where's the fucking sun? Right, look, I've got my speedos on now, eh? Can you see that? That is the footpath. That's how good the weather is. What a load of shite. Well, I've made it to Kirby Stephen. And this is my new tent for the night. There's no one else on the campsite, it was closed. I phoned the number, nice lady in Jellicoe, saw how wet and dishevelled I was, opened up the day room for me and said I could sleep in here tonight. Not only that, it's got heating, showers, and I'm drying all my kit. Super, and I washed some of my socks. Excellent, eh? Oh. Drying everything out. That's been in the washing machine. Coat's over there. Just about to dry that top. And also in here, in the showers, here's my socks drying out, and there's my dryer to dry everything else out. So, how good is that? Eh? God, I look thin. That's the first time I see myself in the mirror. Extreme dieting.
Do you want me to take it?
It's a video.
Oh, right.
You're on video now. Thanks very much. You've been framed. Stephen behind me. Unfortunately, it's not raining today because yesterday I was really pissed off. I've been so wet in my life. But thank God for the Dakota camping people let me use that room last night. It was nice and dry, dried all my clothes. Got up this morning and I felt 100% better. Did spend £10 on Keld. Done my foot. Jammed something else in there to start it rubbing. Let's see how I get on. Now I'm up to 9 standards rig. And apparently once I get there I'll have to take the winter pass because it's so bad. And it's really boggy up there throughout the year. So I'll see what happens when I get up there. See ya. A nice couple of pints as well, and a fish and chips were gorgeous.
There are many theories about the origin of the group of cairns, long known as the 9 Standards. Certainly they are very old, appearing on 18th century maps, and giving their name to the hill they adorn.
Half hour to 9 Standards rig. And I can see the weather coming in. It's just going to hit me just as I'm sitting down for lunch, because this is the beautiful fucking British weather. Look at it. Next 10 minutes, all that's rain. I just watch it come right across the field. It's getting colder. God.
They occupy a commanding position overlooking the Eden Valley. This giving rise to the legend that they were built to give the marauding Scots the impression that an English army was encamped there. Whatever their purpose, they were meant to endure, having suffered little from the storms of centuries.
Well, this is 9 standards rig. There's 9 standards on the top of a rig. And as you can see, it's very busy. There's a couple of people here, 3 others. Bloody marvellous. Just had me dinner. What a way, 2 hours to get here to see this. God, the weather's beautiful. This place is grim. Just took me ages to get from 9 standards rig. The path is just 4 foot deep in mud and bog and peat. And for every 1 foot that way you have to zigzag to try and get through. I'm soaking, went up to my knee at one point. Just stand on it, disappear. Somewhere that way is Keld halfway. Come on! Get on! Some of the accommodation I've chosen to stay in leaves a bit to be desired, but fortunately I've just come across this hut which I didn't even know was here. Till I got here that was, just to stay on the map. And it's absolutely pissing it down, so I've got to stay here tonight. No, I'm not. I'm going to stay here till the rain goes off and I've had a drink and some treats. The lady who works here, she was on that TV programme with Julia Bradbury. Nice cup of tea, really nice lass. Got a photo, obviously. She wanted one of me, not the other way around. Had me cup of tea in that shed. Well, that was quite funny. I was talking to that girl from the farm who was on that Julia Bradbury show, and another couple who are doing the coast to coast walk I've met a few times now. And got talking what a small world it was. Mentioned that you're only 6 steps from, or 6 connections from someone you know, no matter where you are in the world. Got talking. She said, well, my local policeman Mark Raspberry. Well, I know Mark. Sad, man. How funny is that? I must be in North Yorkshire now. You'd think I'd know that though, wouldn't you? By the countryside and my map. Well, I can't read maps. Yeah, I think it's this way. This is through Dale's country. There's probably a lot of photos of this with all the those old stone barns on. Just been in one. It stinks. As soon as you get in there to keep out the rain or something, you wouldn't want to stay in one of them. Old farmhouse. I don't think anybody lives there. You never know with these places. A dueling banjo country. Gosh, that's a hotel. Oh, that's one. Yes. Oh no, there's a window gone in the hall. Old van premises. Anyway, in the distance, just beyond that tree in front of me, there's a valley. And in that is Keld, and that's halfway across the coast-to-coast extreme. Bring it on. Just going down into Keld now. There's a bottle of beer there with my name written all over it. I hope. Because I've got some peanuts to swallow and I need some beer to do it. This is base camp and this is halfway. I'm celebrating with some wine. I was celebrating on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 with some wine, and I'll be celebrating every other day as long as I can get my hands on this stuff. But this looks a nice place over there on the right in the barn. There's some showers and a room you can go and sit on the couch to get out if it's bad weather. To get out of the weather. And the Flattened Dales, and right next to me is a river. And further up the river there's a lot of rapids because there was a couple of canoeists staying here. But all in all, a very tranquil setting in the Dales. Beautiful. And tonight's dish special, nice chef special, sweet and sour noodles and chicken noodles. And a nice Milo to go with it. Enjoy. Welcome to Hotel Retirement. Not a bad little tent of them, is it? God, I'm going around the bend, I'm filming freaking tents. A couple of days isolation and then they go potty. You even get a sleeping bag thrown in. There's a pillow around here and it's all a little pouch just in there. You can throw my crap in the front. And there's my table. I feel as if I've been carrying that with me for the past week and a half, a week. Never mind. Hopefully it'll be a dry night tonight. There's a couple of guys in the camp who go canoeing here. Come off the top of those little boats. Tarquin and Marquardt. I think they said it was canoeing, but I think it was canoodling. I don't know what we'll go, so I wouldn't want to go on there. Can you see me? Can you see me alright? Right, it's a bit cold tonight, so I've got my coat on in the tent. I'm going to have some more peanuts. I've got my Vino Blanco and I'm going to write in my diary and get it up to date because I've not had time to do it up to date yet. Just had a chat with a couple of Australians who are here doing a tour since May around Europe and are taking the coast to coast in for a bit. Nice couple. So I'm going to get up to date, chill out for a bit. This is halfway point. I couldn't imagine I'd make it here without getting lost, although I have been lost quite a bit. So 192 miles is going to look like 236 miles by the time I get home. So I'll be seeing Julie at the end of the week, which I'm looking forward to, because it's quite lonely walking this on your own. I speak to sheep and everything, or even talking to you, and you're just a camera. I think I'm losing it. I know I've got in the Antarctic belt. It's terrible, terrible, but it's an adventure. Coast to coast adventure.